Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. On the MATIC chart, the support regions have not changed. The microstructure has changed because we explored the idea if the price was already in the third wave, but because we broke below this low here at around $1.12, which was the invalidation point for that assumption, I just had to reset the wave 2 lower. Okay, so in the yellow count, it is possible that wave 2 just extended, but then I would like to see a surge from here on the MATIC chart. Yeah, just a surge in wave 3 of 3. But so far, yes, we see a little bit of upside, but not really the surge that we would normally want to see in a third wave. Then we should still get a wave 4 and the wave 5 of the larger third wave. So the support region here for the yellow count, for the 1-2 setup that we see here on the chart, that support area is defined between $1.01 and $1.12. This is the key support area. So anything below that would rather suggest that this scenario is not unfolding, but a different scenario would likely be unfolding. Question is, what kind of scenario would that most likely be? So you see it on the chart that there's a scenario in which the wave 2 in white could still work out, or it's, let's say, the alternative count in which a larger wave 2 is unfolding. And in this scenario in which a larger wave 2 is unfolding, the support area is between 99.8 cents and 78.5. So here, yeah, with additional support levels at 93 and 86 cents. So now you say we have two scenarios. How can we distinguish between the two? So first of all, it's important to establish that they are both bullish. Okay, so they are both bullish. That gives actually confidence in the trend. That means, okay, even if we invalidate the yellow count, we are still in a bullish scenario as long as we're holding above the 78.5 cent level. Yeah, so in this scenario, in the white count, we have a larger A wave low, possibly completed. We would now see a B wave rally instead of a third wave, and then the C wave down. We can distinguish them through the $1.01 level. So I would say, as long as the $1.01 level is holding, the yellow count can play out. Below the $1.01 level, yeah, the yellow count could still play out, but is probably going to be invalidated. And the invalidation point is the beginning of yellow wave 1. That's down here at 95.6 cents. That's the clear level that we can use to distinguish between the two scenarios, because that's the objective level. Below that level, I cannot go ahead with the yellow count anymore. But I can still then focus on the white count, which is just a larger ABC structure. So A wave down, a B wave could unfold from this region, and then the C wave could still occur. So how to play this from a strategic point of view? Now again, how you trade this, that will depend on your own risk management strategy, risk profile, and so on. But I think it's typically reasonable. It's typically reasonable to accumulate in these support areas carefully. You could see the entire zone as an accumulation zone, obviously starting small here, and as we go lower, going a little larger. That's just what might be reasonable. I'm not telling you to do that, right? But obviously you cannot be aggressive here because you cannot set a tight stop unless you try to be aggressive with a stop below the invalidation point here at 95.6 cents. The problem is then, yeah, your stop might trigger, it finds support at 93 cents and, and it goes. So that's not really the best strategy. I think the best strategy would be to accumulate carefully into the support region, but obviously being aware that below 78.5 cents, this whole thing could break down, or at least the assumptions need to be revised. But as soon as we see a first small impulse, basically what could be the 1-2 setup in wave 3, because also the wave 3 should be a 5-wave move. So once we can identify the first 1-2 setup, if you're trading this, you could then buy the smaller degree wave 2, set a tight stop below the beginning of wave 1, and then you could be more aggressive because it takes a first impulse to the upside to suggest that we have a low in place. Until we see that, I have to assume that white could play out. But they are both bullish, all right? So that should be quite straightforward. I mean, MATIC has plenty of space still in its support regions. And because we have broken micro support, well, we could assume it's going lower until a first impulse forms. But we're now actually already in the upper support region. So it's quite simple. As long as the upper support area is holding, yellow could play out. Below the upper support region, we can still find support in an overall bullish scenario in the lower support region, but it takes a first small impulse followed by a corrective pullback, basically a small 1-2 setup to really suggest that MATIC has bottomed there. And then in the third wave, MATIC still one of the probably clearest charts. In the third wave, it should still take us into the area, $2.12 plus. That's my update about MATIC. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.